Good morning, Butler students and staff. I'm Dee Dee Whetstone. We're back with more exciting news. It's the second half of the school year, and we could all use a little advice on finishing the year strong. Here's Haley and Caleb with advice and tips on surviving the second semester.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Many students get tired by the time the second semester comes around. We talked to a few students and teachers about what they do to survive the second semester.
Hey there, Dylan. Good to see you, buddy. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right. So why don't you tell me what do you tell yourself to help get you through the second semester?
I tell myself just stay focused, do my homework, do all that, study for my finals. Get ready for all the fun things that's coming up because it's always important to have fun at prom, stuff like that.
Absolutely. Great answer. Thank you very much. So tell me, Mr. Hornstein, what advice would you give students to help them get through the second semester?
Well, I'd say your second semester of your senior year is probably should be the most fun time of your life. It doesn't get any easier actually than that in terms of being able to hang out with your friends, but you also have to stay on task. And you've spent 11 and a half years in education, and to ruin it in your last 2 months just seems like it'd be a horrible decision. I would say self-discipline. You have to discipline yourself to not get caught up in the craziness. Because yes, you can enjoy yourself in your second semester, but you still have to stay on task, because there's no worse feeling than getting to the end of the year and looking back and saying, I wish I could have done something different, or I wish I could have done better. So I would say self-discipline, thinking about the big picture. You don't want these 2 months to affect your future, essentially. So you got to keep the big picture in mind.
All right. Thank you very much. So, Micaiah, what tips would you give your classmates to help them get through the second semester?
I would tell them that you gotta stay focused, stay strong, even when it gets hard. You can't give up. You gotta study, do your homework, and just finish out the year.
So, Ms. Scharzer, what advice do you give your students to help them get through the second semester?
I would tell them to stay focused. The end is in sight, so it can be really hard to feel like you're finished and you want to give up. You just need to hang in there.
Thanks. Hang in there.
That sure is some good advice. Maybe now, if you were having trouble before, this will motivate you to do your best. Let's finish this year off strong. Back to you, Dee Dee. Go Bears!
The second semester can take a toll on Butler students. The seniors in particular are on the edge of their seats. Here is Tatum and Rachel with an insight on senior quotes and the significance behind them.
Senior quotes are a memorable part of your high school career. Choosing them can be difficult, so here is Devin Kuhn with the necessary info to make the best possible quote according to you and your personality.
The yearbook needs senior quotes. Keep them appropriate and sentimental, and make sure that they represent you in your senior year.
To avoid the dreaded situation of having the same quote as someone else, don't just use Google. Find a quote from your favorite book, song, or movie and run with it.
Hello, Butler students. This is Austin Sexton, your senior class president. I'd like to say that senior year is by far the most important educational year of your career. So sum them up nicely with some good senior quotes that we can laugh about and enjoy 10 years later.
Remember to get your quotes in, seniors, and make these last 2 months count. This is Tatum and Rachel from Inside the Den. Go Bears!
Many Butler teachers used to walk these halls as students. For our final segment, Annabelle spoke with some of those teachers about their high school experiences.
Pride for our school is a big thing here at Butler. In fact, many of our teachers are also alumni. I had the chance to sit down with 2 of those teachers, Mrs. Neisler and Mr. Proley, and get to know more about their high school experiences. First, I sat down with Mrs. Neisler.
Okay, my favorite memories of when I was in high school would probably have to be our awesome pep rallies that we had. We used to have pep rallies almost every home game, so that was a lot of fun. Our homecomings, we had powder puff and we had parades, and each class did a float, decorated a float, and we did a parade throughout Shively. It was just fun times.
After talking to Ms. Neisler, I asked Mr. Pearley about past and present traditions at Butler.
I think one of the biggest things is school spirit. Being a traditional school then, we didn't have neighborhood schools, even though a lot of kids from the south end from the neighborhood went here. But it was just more of a sense of pride about the school, the teams that you played on, the people you went to school with. Everybody wanted to be successful. And I think that the administration kind of drove that because we had a lot of different pep rallies for homecoming. We had contests during homecoming weeks. We had door decorations, hallway competitions. During the pep rallies, our administration and staff would get involved with the skits and the students. So, you know, it was something for the kids to look forward to. It was a lot of fun. With all that, I can remember, you know, Mr. Crawley and even some of the administrators then doing skits that were funny. We had a bunch of dances, and then it was cool to go to the dances. You know, people participated in them. They didn't look at it as a negative thing. They looked at it as a positive to get to hang out with their friends. We had theme dances. We had things like donkey basketball, where, you know, we brought things in for kids to do. During homecoming weeks, we had parades. We had powder puff. We had some of those events going on. We had our ring dances. We had our proms, which everybody looks forward to. But then it was just simple things too, like assemblies, guest speakers, something to look forward to. You know, some of them were motivational speakers. Some of them, you know, were driving it across a point that was going on in society or whatever. But, you know, it was just driven a lot by, we have our academic, we got our 7 hours a day that we know we're doing school, but there was other things that we look forward to that made school fun. And, you know, I think we need to get back to some of that, some of those things, get ideas from the kids of, you know, what's popular in 2015 versus a long time ago. But, you know, we definitely have the people here to do it, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where it goes with it.
Butler will continue to be a place where many can call home. Once a bear, always a bear.
School spirit was a big deal back then, as it should be today. Let's all have more Butler pride as we finish off our years here. This has been the 5th edition of Inside the Den. I'm Dee Dee Whetstone. Have a great Butler day.